from a brand side, like what do you guys think about when you have all these different opportunities? How do you source what opportunity is good for your brand? How do you source if your audience is going to care about the brand? Talk a little bit about that side.
You want to start? You get more opportunities than me. So.
Sure. I think a lot of it really does have to be authentic to yourself. And I think a lot of people catch on when you're promoting a product or you're working with a brand that you don't actually care about. And then it ends up hurting you because you're selling something that you might not actually use. So then the next time that you do want to work with a brand, like it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, do you actually use it? And I mean, it's very easy to tell. So I think like for me, I really stress working with companies that I actually enjoy, like Celsius. I was a huge fan of Celsius before I ever got a partnership with them. Same with Lululemon. That was like my dream collaboration. And then it ended up happening. And I think a lot of like the brand partnerships I've also done have stemmed from me posting about it without me having any sort of commitment. There's no paycheck. I'm just posting about it because I love it, and they notice that, and then they'll present me with an opportunity.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. You know, Alex and I just worked for the last month on a deal in the fantasy betting space, and of so many of the conversations that we had, we were talking daily about it. Seems like for weeks now. It was a big decision, multiple-year deal, the biggest deal I've ever done in my life, and we're talking about which brand aligns more with your followers and the content you've already done and the brands you've already worked with, and if we go to this company, how does that appear for your audience? How does it appear in the future when you work with other brands? And what's it look like if you're bouncing around to different fantasy companies at the same year from year to year? So I think being authentic is super important, and the reality is these brands all want something in return, right? They don't. Most of them are actually direct response. Like they don't just want eyeballs and impressions. They want you to drive users, and they track all that. They track it through links. They track it through clicks. They track it through codes and cookies on the internet. So you have to be able to drive users, or brands won't pay you for your posts anymore. So making sure that your audience actually wants to hear from and use the brands you're promoting is super important, or you won't get those brand deals in the future.